Joining today as we start off here. Let's begin with Thursday night because that was a big-time win for your team. Big North Central win over Clarion Goldfield Downs in 4 sets. So just take me through that one and give me your overall recap of that North Central Conference victory for your girls.
You know, we had a lot of time to prepare for them with not playing Hampton since last week Thursday. So we were working on mindset, confidence, and just being consistent all week long. And I was just telling the girls, you know, everything is in your hands. We have the capability of winning conference, sharing conference with somebody, but we've got to pull through and beat Clarion Thursday night. And you know, the girls came out ready to play, and they were excited, and they were getting kills, and good things were happening, and it was so fun to see. And you know, Clarion's always kind of on our radar. You know, you never know like how things are going to go with Clarion. They have a very good volleyball club, and they came out and they played fantastic and were able to get the win in 4.
And Coach, one of those words you mentioned was mindset, and that was definitely a big thing on Thursday night in getting that victory. And obviously there's, you know, a little pressure anytime you take to the floor, but maybe a little bit more on Thursday night, just knowing what the stakes were and knowing that the team is trying to push towards that North Central Conference championship. So overall, how did you feel the girls handled that pressure of Thursday night?
You know, I thought they did really well. You know, that first serve we got down, or that first game we got down by 2 or 3. I don't even remember what it was, but that's what I love about these girls, and I think I've told you that over and over again, that they're able to get out of holes, whether it be 3 points or 5 points or sometimes even 7 points. And so they were able to settle into that first game, and that kind of just sets the mood for the rest of the night, and they did a fantastic job with that.
And Coach, throughout the night, it looked like you were able to get some matchups that you like. Obviously, the important thing is getting the ball to go where you want it to go and trying to keep it away from some of the players on the other team who you know that you want to avoid there. So just as far as creating good matchups, how do you feel the team did that last night, just getting the ball where it's supposed to be in different times?
You know, I thought they did a pretty good job of that. You know, no matter who we play, we always try and hit the ball away from the libero, whether it be serving or, you know, middles when they're hitting, find where the libero's not and try and go that other route. You know, there were times where we were really hitting that libero, so we had to talk about switching what side we're going to or where that libero's at. But they usually do a pretty good job with that. So, you know, and we usually try and pick out 2 or 3 players from the other team that we want them to know that we know where they're at. And I think that really helps our girls, too, because everybody's talking, everybody knows where they're at, and they know where to keep the ball away from.
So, Coach, after that win, you guys enter a very interesting week this week. Obviously, Tuesday night, not a conference match, but a crosstown match as you guys host Bishop Garrigan. Then Thursday night, it's at Humboldt, so you guys have a chance to win the conference outright if you guys are able to defeat Humboldt. So, give me a little synopsis on each of those matches and maybe what you're focusing on going into next week.
Yeah, you know, they're both big matches, you know, the rivalry with Garrigan. So we're just going to keep talking mindset. We're going to keep talking confidence, and we're going to keep doing what we've been doing in practice because it's been seeming to work. The girls are playing well together. Humboldt's always a tough place to go and play, so we're hoping the community will come out and help us with it only being a 30-minute drive and given that crowd loudness, I guess you could say, on our side of the court is what we really need. We need our student section and all of those things because they're a big part of why we win games. I mean, they've been there through the entire season, and it's so great to see the student section and the community rally behind us.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time today, and best of luck in the matches coming up this upcoming week.
Thanks so much.
There you go. Algona volleyball coach Missy Berkey from this past weekend on Breakfast with the Coaches. Again, you can hear that program every Saturday, 9:05 a.m. on KLGA 92.7 FM. Well, Crosstown Volleyball is coming up here on Home Country Radio, 98.5 FM, AM 1600, as we have the Algona Bulldogs hosting the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. The Bears coming in with a record of 7-20. This is their final regular season match. The Algona Bulldogs still have a couple regular season matches after this one, but looking to start the week off on the right foot as they're currently 11-9 on the season and looking to defend their home court here tonight against the Golden Bears. It'll be pink out night for the Bulldogs. Nice crowd settling in. Algona getting a chance to break out the pink jerseys for tonight. Bishop Garrigan wearing white uniforms with the gold numerals on the front and back. Players are being introduced on the floor right now in front of the fans. We'll have the national anthem coming up in just a moment. And with that, we'll step aside and take a break here from the Algona High School Gymnasium. Crosstown Volleyball is coming up in just a few minutes right here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Weiss, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires, they're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weichert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, where community connects.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio. We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Are you tired of listening to high school football that sounds like this?
Number 3 throws the ball to number 11 as he'll make a gain on the play.
Then tune in at 6 every Friday night on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Takes the snap, look at the throw, steps up, looking deep down the middle. He's got a man behind the defense. It's Caden Weber, makes the catch at the 2-yard line.
First back to throw. He's feeling some pressure up the middle and he escapes left. He's going to take it and run it. He has an opening. He's to the 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown right before halftime. First runs it in for 17 yards. This week on Hometown Radio, it's the Algona Bulldogs against the Webster City Lynx. And on Home Country Radio, the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears take on the Harris Lake Park Wolves. Both games will be video streamed on the Algona Radio YouTube channel.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kossuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Boyd and Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears, and it's the Algona Bulldogs. Crosstown volleyball for the first time since 2013, and we are ready to go here tonight. The Algona Bulldogs are going to be down on the right side of the court, down to our right wearing the pink uniforms, the white lettering and numbering on the front and back, the white Algona across the back of the uniform, and the black pants. Down on the left side, it's Bishop Garrigan. They're wearing white uniforms tonight, the gold lettering and numbering on the front and back. Bishop Garrigan across the front, Bears across the back beneath the uniform numbers. It's the Algona Bulldogs at 11-9 so far this season. Bishop Garrigan coming in at 7-20. Here is the wind down, final few moments of the regular season, getting set to go here from the Algona High School Gymnasium. Pink out night, senior night for Algona, both those festivities going on before tonight's matchup. As it's drawn on a pretty big crowd from both sides here prior to tonight's match. Just waiting for the final couple players to come out onto the court here and get the lineups in the right order before we get started. Taking a minute here down by the court. But as we said, Algona Going to have a busy week this week. They're going to be at Humboldt Thursday night, playing for the North Central Conference title, and home tournament on Saturday for Bishop Garrigan. This will be it for this week. Then Garrigan for the postseason starting Monday of next week as they travel to North Iowa. So here we go. Algona will start off serving here in this crosstown rivalry. They will serve from right to left on the radio dial. It's Casey Van Otterloo back to serve right now for the Bulldogs. Van Otterloo will walk up, she'll serve it, and we are underway here from the Algona High School Gymnasium in crosstown volleyball action. Alish backsets for Murphy, angles the cross-court attack towards the Algona student section, but missed that back corner, and the first point goes to Algona tonight. 1-0 Bulldogs as Casey Van Otterloo will continue to serve right now, one of the most efficient servers on this Algona team. So far this season, Van Otterloo has been able to put 199 of 207 serves into play, 96% efficiency for her. Serves into the back row to Bodie on the Bishop Garrigan side, wearing that black libero jersey. Attacked by Murphy, took a little off that one. Played nicely by Haynes in the front row for Algona. Haynes gets the ball back, attacks into the Garrigan back row. Overpass by Bodie and flushed back by McLaughlin. 2-0 in favor of Algona starting off this one. So good early play by Lauren McLaughlin. Navigating that front row for Algona at 6'2", takes advantage of an early overpass. That's a line drive serve towards Bodie in the back row. Aller sets it to the far side of Montag. The two-handed push back to the Algona side. Van Otterloo in the back row gets it up to Van Tiger. She'll push it across court. This is going to be a Garrigan point, though, as 2 hits called against Van Tiger for Algona. So it's Algona 2, Bishop Garrigan 1, as the Golden Bears will have Reagan Murphy first to serve. The Golden Bears senior back in the service area, angled towards the far side of the court as she will serve it left to right on the radio dial. End over end serve into the back row. Knapp passes up front to Schmidt. Short set McLaughlin. McLaughlin hammers towards the back row, but she just missed it, and that'll tie it up at 2. Boy, missed by a couple of inches that time. Nearly a sweet kill by Lauren McLaughlin, but instead we are tied at 2 as Murphy will continue to serve here. Murphy right hands it over the net down the line. That was heading out, but Algona played it anyways, and Murphy's going to pick up an ace. Casey Van Otterloo roamed a little bit too far towards the far side that time, lost track of where she was, and that'll give an ace to Reagan Murphy. For Murphy, her 30th ace of the season, tying of Sasha Alish her most on the Golden Bears. Murphy again serves towards Van Otterloo in the back row, pass up to Schmidt, sets it near side Van Tiger, the one-handed tap over the net towards the center of the Garrigan defense. Alish in the middle to Eastman. Eastman, big hammer, but a little bit too strong on that one. It is out beyond the baseline, and that'll walk it up at 3 apiece. Algona and Bishop Garrigan here in this first set. As we said last time, these teams matched up over a decade ago. That one going 3-0 in favor of Algona back in the 2013 season. Bulldogs will have Jensen coming in to serve right now. Jensen right hands it over the net, serves it near side as Montag comes over to get it near the sideline. All setting it up deep for Montag. Montag drills it. It trickles over the net. Played nicely by McLaughlin to keep it alive for Algona, though. And Van Otterloo pushes it back to the Bishop Garrigan side. Lichter for Garrigan in the middle to Eastman. The two-handed tap over the net to Cantu on the Bulldog side. Jensen near side Van Tiger. Hammers, diving dig in the back row by Bartolo. Guides Alish out of bounds. Got it back over to Montag, though. And she pushes it to Algona. Here's a short set to McLaughlin. She hammers. Can't put it down. It's a flex sideways. Bartolo gets back into center, and Bodie for the push over the net. That one almost dropped in, but McLaughlin dug it out for Algona. Van Otterloo for the tap over the net, and a point this time for Algona. Bulldogs are going to outlast Bishop Garrigan as 4 hits are going to be called against the Golden Bears. So a long, hard-fought point goes in favor of Algona, and the Bulldogs have the early 4-3 lead here in set 1. Jensen serving, it comes towards Montag along the near side. Alish setting it up for Eastman. That one guided her a little bit out of bounds, had to settle for the push over the net. Knapp set that one to no one, and it went into the net. That'll give a point to Bishop Garrigan. Little miscommunication there between Macy Knapp and Ashley Cantu. Cantu kind of laid back near the attack line. Knapp set it up, though, right into the net. So those two not on the same page, not where they thought each other were going to be, and we are tied up at 4. Zoe Montag left hands the serve over the net. Jensen sets for McLaughlin. It's partially blocked, but it'll stay on the Garrigan side. Eastman tried to stuff that one, but could not get it back over, and it's 5-4 in favor of Algona, picking up the point and getting Knapp back to serve right now. Knapp has been someone who can be counted on for an ace this season, leading Algona of 25. A little too aggressive that serve, though. She missed the baseline, serving a little bit too strong and tying it up at 5 on the service error. So Garrigan rotates around here. Avery Lichter, one of their seniors, back to serve. Lichter end over end towards the back row to Van Otterloo. Almost overpassed. Jensen did a nice job staying out of the net. The tap over by Price back to Garrigan's side. Now here's Bartolo. The soft floater over the net. Cantu pops it straight up in the air back to Garrigan. Price blocks the attack, but Garrigan keeps it alive. Bartolo far side hammers, but it's directly into the net. And a point for Algona. That net was waving around too. I think Bartolo got that on a downswing as well. So that was going to be a point for Algona either way that time. And the Bulldogs inch ahead 6-5 here in the first set. Back and forth so far. Lainey Van Tiger serves to the center of the back row to Montag. Pass up to Olish. Eastman in the middle. Blocked by Price. Deflects backwards. Chased down nicely though by Montag. Out of bounds along the far side as Lichter gets the free ball back to Algona. A set by Jensen. Price mistimed her jump a little bit. Still got it over. Oh, Olish on second contact. Dumped it over. Back to the net. A 180-degree spin. Guided that away from the Algona defense. A sweet move that time by Sasha Olish on the front row. Ties it up at 6. Now Bodie's back to serve wearing the black libero jersey, and she curls that one out of bounds. Pulled that one out of bounds towards the far side of the court. And Algona back up 7-6. Here's the team's trade points in the first set. Jensen and Cantu taking a seat for Algona. Haynes and Schmidt right now coming in as Schmidt will serve. The Bulldog Jr. steps back to the service area. Schmidt, one of the two big-time setters Algona has of Jensen. She'll serve it towards Lichter, gets it up to Olish, to the far side Murphy. Murphy the big hammer and pounds it into the hardwood for a point. Perfect set that time for Bishop Garrigan. Put it right into the nitro zone of Murphy, who timed the jump correctly, and we are tied up at 7 apiece here in the first set. Bartolo, the Bishop Garrigan sophomore, serves towards Van Tiger in the back row. Here's the back set to Price. Price the hammer and the finish. Najee Price answers right back. A beautiful back set that time. That's a play Algona's worked on quite a bit. And they can rely on that for a quick kill as Najee Price puts Algona up 8-7. She picks up her first kill of the night. And now the Algona seniors back to serve. Price jump serving. It's a little short. Dug out by Bartolo for Garrigan. The set towards Murphy. Murphy the hammer and another finish. Second kill in quick succession by Reagan Murphy. Drilled that off the hands of Price in the Algona back row. And we are tied up at 8. Neither team giving a whole lot of space so far in this first set. It'll be Sasha Olish, 30 aces this season. Serves it over to the Algona side. Knapp punches it into the back row of Garrigan to Bodie. Here's Murphy in the middle. Oh, Murphy hammers it home again. A beautiful set once more, and Murphy from the center of that front row absolutely drills that one into the center of the Algona defense. 3 kills for Murphy in the early going, leading either team so far, and a 9-8 Bishop Garrigan lead in the first set. Here's Olish serving near side and guides it out of bounds, though. That will tie it up at 9 apiece. Bishop Garrigan looks to be serving pretty aggressively so far. They're really targeting the boundaries right now and trying to keep it out of the center of the Algona defense, but that has resulted in a few service errors, giving the Bulldogs a few extra points here in the first set. As Van Otterloo is in to serve, line drives it to Bodie. Oh, that ball rockets out of bounds, and there's an ace. Nice serve by Casey Van Otterloo. That ball came off of Bodie's hands with some wicked spin and just shot out of bounds on the Bulldog crowd along the far side of the court. And Algona inches ahead 10-9. Van Otterloo again serves towards Bodie, ducks out of the way of that one as it heads out of play, and a service error will tie things up at 10. Quite a few errors so far on both sides. 10-10 tie. Murphy serves to Van Otterloo for Algona. Schmidt short set to McLaughlin. McLaughlin almost put that one down, but dug out by Murphy nicely in the back row. Montag the push over the net, and she wipes it off the block of McLaughlin for a Bishop Garrigan point. Montag was able to direct that one just far enough away from McLaughlin, where McLaughlin could not get the clean block off, and Garrigan goes up 11-10. Murphy serves but pulls that one way out of bounds, taps her jersey and says, "My bad," and that will tie it up at 11. Golden Bears will see Andy Jensen coming in to serve for Algona. Jensen for the Bulldogs back in the service area right now. Right, hands it over the net towards the near side. Montag scrambles over, passes off target to Olish. Bodie trying to get that free ball over. Cantu lets that one drop. Was that out of bounds? No, it wasn't. It had red paint. The net official didn't see that. They looked towards the official down the baseline along the left side of the court, and he said that one got the red paint, so Garrigan goes up 12-11 here in the first set. And Montag will serve. A couple steps towards the near side of the court. Lines it up and delivers it to Algona. Knapp, good pass up front to Jensen. The hammer by Van Tiger and the finish. Lainey Van Tiger ties it at 12. Good quick execution by the Bulldogs. Got a nice pass off initially to Jensen in the middle, and Jensen with a quick set to Van Tiger for the finish. And we are tied up at 12 apiece, an entertaining first set so far. Knapp jump serving for the Bulldogs. Bodie digs in the back row. Olish in the middle to Eastman. Eastman tries to hammer, but guided that one into the net. Eastman's body was kind of turned at an odd angle towards the net. Sort of had to attack that with her side to the net and could not get it over as Algona goes up 13-12. Knapp jump serving towards the near side. Garrigan lets that go, but that one got the paint. Service ace for Algona, 14-12 Bulldogs. Boy, there are a lot of borderline serves here that are either dropping just out of bounds or dropping just in, as Knapp serves a little bit short. Montag overpasses. Price flushes it over. Point for Algona, 15-12. Bulldogs starting to go on a little run here, 4-0. Something that we haven't seen from either team so far tonight up until this point. Knapp approaches and serves. It's short. Bodie dives and tries to dig it out. Ball deflects to Eastman, and Alsh has to play the free ball over. Deflects up the tape. Pinballs to Algona side, and the Bulldogs have to scramble. Cantu dunks it over to the Algona side. Now Lichter from the near side of the court angles the attack cross court to Cantu on the Bulldog side. Jensen sets it up. Van Tiger. The hammer, but can't put it down. Bodie the pass near the net. Alsh keeps it out of the net. Pushed over by Emmy Bartolo. Now the Bulldogs can attack. Van Tiger hammers from the attack line, but our attack is into the net, and Garrigan will break up the Algona run here and make it 15-13. Bulldogs up by 2 in the first set, as Avery Lichter heads back to serve. Lichter of 26 aces so far this season coming into tonight. Jensen sets it up. Oh, that's set a little bit too close to the net, though, and a point for Algona. Or, excuse me, for yes, for Algona, net violation. Net violation against Garrigan. Boy, I thought that one might go against Nosley Price at first because that set was too close to the net. Price's whole momentum was taking her towards the net, but Garrigan going up to contest that. They got the net violation instead, and it's 16-13. 16-13 Algona. Van Tiger rainbows the serve into the back row. Here's Bartolo on the Garrigan attack. Stuffed back by Price. Garrigan trying to scramble and save it, and they cannot do it. Point for the Algona Bulldogs off the Nosley Price attack, and they go back up by 4, 17-13 in this first set. Van Tiger spins the ball in her left palm, serves it over towards Montag. Pass up to Allis, short set Eastman, pushes it towards the Bulldog back row. Jensen to Van Tiger, sets for Cantu. Cantu hammers, tipped to the net. Garrigan has Lichter giving it to Eastman. Eastman delivers to the Algona back row. Jensen short set, the hammer by Price. Deflects a couple times with the Bears get the free ball back over to Algona. Jensen sets again, Price hammers again. This ball deflects sideways, and this time Price gets the finish. Well, he gave Nosley Price a couple of attacks in the course of a volley. She's bound to put one of them down, and she did that time to make it 18-13, and we'll have our first timeout of this match called. Bishop Garrigan will take the timeout, down 18-13 here. Since the Golden Bears went up 12-11, it has been a 7-1 run delivered by the Algona Bulldogs here in front of their home gymnasium, getting the crowd into it. And this has been kind of a theme for Bishop Garrigan so far this season. They've started pretty well in a lot of first sets, but it's how can you maintain that throughout the course of the night. And really for Algona, they're used to coming out strong in the first set. They're used to having the lead 1-0, just as they did against Clarion Goldfield Dows last Thursday. A big North Central Conference win for the Bulldogs that sets up a potential conference title outright clinching match against Humboldt on Thursday night. That'll be taking place in Humboldt, about a 30-minute drive away. But prior to that, both these teams trying to put a crosstown win on the board. As Van Tiger returns and serves into the back row. Bodie gets it up to Allish. Allish setting up for Bartolo. Pushes it over the net. A lunging dig by Haynes for Algona. And now Price will tap it back over to the Garrigan side. Lichter makes initial contact. Allish setting it up for Bartolo. She'll push it over. It's off the hands of Cantu and out of bounds. Looked like Cantu and Price wanted to go up to block that. I think they were expecting Bartolo to try to hammer that one, but instead she just floated it. And that mistimed jump leads to a point by Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears down 18-14 to Algona as Bodie serves. Deep serve into the back corner. Jensen sets it for Cantu. Cantu angles the cross-court attack. Ball deflects backwards. It's off the basketball hoop. Bodie stays with it. Got the pass up front to Allish. And Allish gets the ball over to Algona. Here's the set by Jensen. The hammer by Price is into the net. Point for Bishop Garrigan. 4 hits against Algona. And the Golden Bears get a couple points here coming out of the Coach Dave Schnur timeout to make it 18-15. Algona leading. Bodie serves. Van Tiger makes initial contact. Jensen to the near side. Haynes. Haynes floats it cross court back to Bodie. Allish setting it up for Murphy in the middle. Murphy has to push it towards the back row. That one was heading out, but Knapp played it. Got it up front to Jensen. And now Cantu slaps it over for the right hand back to Garrigan. Allish setting it up. Murphy. Oh, the big hammer on the finish. Boy, Murphy has had some highlight reel kills so far. That'll make it 18-16. No one takes quite as big of a swing as Reagan Murphy. She is not going to get cheated, ladies and gents, as that is kill number 4 for her on the night. All 4 of them looking pretty similar as far as how powerfully she swung at them, and it's 18-16. Bishop Garrigan's rolled off 3 points in a row. There's a big swing on the other end by Haynes, but that one way out beyond the baseline, and all of a sudden here we're looking at an 18-17 first set. Algona has seen their 5-point lead turn into 1. Bodie serves again. Into the back rows, Van Tiger backpedals to receive it. Jensen makes second contact. Haynes hits it into the net, and we are tied at 18. I don't know if Haynes was quite sure what she wanted to do with that one, if she wanted to really take a big jump and a big swing or just kind of tap it over, and got caught in between. As now a service error is going to break up the momentum for Garrigan. Bodie serves it into the left side of the net, and Algona goes back ahead 19-18 at a big point.
Number 11, Paige Schmidt.
Bulldogs will make a couple substitutions here as Haynes checks in. Schmidt also checks in as Schmidt will head back to serve. The Bulldog Junior serves it over. Dug by Lichter in the back row. Alish dumps it over on second contact. Haynes ready for it. Schmidt sets it up for Haynes. Haynes the big hammer. It deflects backwards into the back row of Garrigan. They stay with it though. Alish to Bartolo. Bartolo almost planted that one. A nice dig by Van Tiger. Haynes cross-court attack. Can't put it down, and then it does go down. Boy, the initial deflection by Lichter, but no one could get to it after that. And a big point for Algona to go up 20-18 here in the first set. Haynes with the kill. That is Reagan Haynes. Both Reagan and Ryan currently on the floor for Algona. Schmidt serves into the Garrigan back row. Here's an attack by Murphy from the far side. Hits that one into the net. That set to Murphy was slightly off target, and Murphy's jump was also slightly off, as Algona gets 3 points in a row here to go up 21-18. A nice little push here late in the first set. Short serve by Schmidt. Lichter overpasses, and it's flushed over by Najee Price. Ready for the overpass by Lichter. That's a big mistake by Garrigan, and Najee Price capitalizes to make it 22-18. That short serve did not give Lichter as much room to work with as she thought she had, as the serve directs Montag into the back corner. Murphy gets the ball in the center to Lichter, hits it just over the net, and Lichter gets the kill. That was a sinking delivery by Lichter, just dumped it in front of Van Tiger in the back row, tried to dive forward at the last minute, but couldn't get a fist underneath it. And Garrigan gets a point back, trailing Algona right now 22-19 in the first set. Knuckleball serve, Van Tiger passes up to Schmidt, sets it up for Haynes. Haynes the big hammer on the finish, deflected off the block attempt. 23-19, Algona 2 points away here in the first set, and they have the senior Najee Price going back to serve. Lauren McLaughlin rotating into the front row for the Bulldogs. Price takes one dribble off the hardwood, approaches and serves. Line drive towards Bodie, pops it straight up in the air. Alish comes to get it on second contact. Murphy pushes it into the net. 24-19, Algona 1 point away here in the first set.
Price serving for the first set.
Here's Najee Price trying to finish it off, serving from right to left. Price jump serves, it's a twisting serve. Lichter makes initial contact and gets it to Alish. Deep attack by Bartolo, tipped at the net. Kept alive though by the Bulldogs. As Schmidt gets it near side to Haynes. Haynes the big hammer on the finish. Algona takes it 25-19 in the first set. Reagan Haynes finishing it with an exclamation point, and the Bulldogs go up 1-0 inside of their home gymnasium. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. Come back of set number 2 in this crosstown rivalry. Coming up next on Home Country Radio, KLGZ Algona.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmer State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Strowman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water, and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
It's Algona 1 and Bishop Garrigan nothing in this best of 5 here on Home Country Radio, KLGZ. A non-conference crosstown showdown for the first time in over a decade as the Algona Bulldogs pull away late, take the first set 25-19. Just a couple runs, really one of them was Garrigan tying it as Algona went on a little push, went up 18-13. Garrigan came back to tie it up at 18, but after that, the Bulldogs closed on a nice little push to end it 7-1 over the final 8 points in favor of Algona to take that first set. So 25-19 in the first set. Reagan Murphy had 4 kills to lead the way for Bishop Garrigan. Najee Price delivered 3 kills for Algona and 2 kills by Lauren McLaughlin for the Bulldogs. Also 2 kills by Ryan Haynes. So a couple quick numbers there from set number 1. Both teams probably looking to clean up the serving a little bit. We saw a lot of errors in that first half of the first set. Definitely improved as we went on, but both teams feel they left a few points on the floor just to have some service errors during that first set. And now we'll see how the second set ends up playing out. Well, they're announcing some cross-country results here at the gymnasium. The Algona cross-country team competed at the North Central Conference meet today. A couple of Bulldogs got all-conference in the girls' race. Mara Davis got a second-place finish. Impressive for the freshman there to get all-conference. Then in the boys' race, Isaac Wilson was 7th and Gavin Weber was 8th, as they were both all-conference finishers. The Bulldog boys team ends up finishing runner-up to Clear Lake this year as Alish serves for Bishop Garrigan underway. Can Alish deliver an ace? Yes, she can. Strong initial serve by Bishop Garrigan, and they go up 1-0 here to start off the second set. We'll have more details on the cross-country results coming up tomorrow, 6:20 and 7:30 on our local sportscasts over on KLGA 92.7. Alish, a knuckleball serve. This one deflects backwards again. Knapp tries to chase it down, and the Bulldogs won't get this one back over. Boy, the initial two serves by Alish giving Algona a ton of trouble in the back row. The initial pass is going backwards instead of forwards, and the whole possession has been disjointed for Algona these first two attempts. Alish line drives, put everything behind that serve. Nicely received by Knapp, though. McLaughlin hammers, and she slaps it down on the floor. Point for Lauren McLaughlin. That'll make it 2-1. So Algona gets the serve back for the first time in set number 2, leading it 1-0 as Casey Van Otterloo is back to serve. Bulldogs wearing their pink uniforms. Student section all in pink tonight as well for Algona. Garrigan's student section looks to be doing a USA theme as there's a hammer by Montag, but a block by Ryan Haynes. That'll tie it up at 2. Timed perfectly by Ryan Haynes in the Bulldog front row. Right now you have Haynes, McLaughlin, and Van Tiger patrolling up front for Algona as it's a 2-2 tie. Van Otterloo serves. It's a dropping serve. Sliding dig by Bodie. Murphy from the near side attacks, and don't think she kept that between the posts, and she did not. Point for Algona. That'll go up 3-2 now. And Van Otterloo will continue to serve here. Van Otterloo serves towards the far side that time. Lichter hits it up towards the net, and that one is into the net. Ace for Algona. The Golden Bears thought that was going to be an overpass and go over the net, so Montag and Alish up front backed off, but that one did not get over the net. No one could dig it off the net, and the Bulldogs rip off 4 points in a row here to go up 4-2. Van Otterloo continues to serve, serves this one as an ace. Got that one in the alley in between Bodie and Bartolo in the Garrigan back row. And boy, Algona continues to roll. Van Otterloo serving right now. 5-2, they've gotten 5 in a row here in the second set. 5-2 Algona, Van Otterloo again. Lifts the serve a little bit high, but that one drops in. Oh, she kept it inside the baseline. Bodie pulled the hands back at the last minute thinking that was going out of bounds, but Van Otterloo with a couple of inches to spare keeps it in for another ace. 6-2 Algona. How about 4 aces so far tonight for Van Otterloo? There is a dropping serve dug by Bartolo. Montag with a two-handed push gets it back to the Algona side. Jensen back sets for Haynes. Haynes the hammer deflects sideways, and that one is going to be an Algona point. Kill for Haynes. That'll make it 7-2 Bulldogs. 7-0 run starting off the second set. Van Otterloo low serve, dug by Montag. Overpasses, tipped over by Van Tiger, avoided the net violation. Bears will push it back across. Now Jensen setting it up. Van Tiger, left-handed push, and she got it over. Lainey Van Tiger with her non-dominant hand just went for the left-handed tap over the net. That's 8 points in a row, and that is going to force an early timeout by Bishop Garrigan head coach Dave Schnurr, who does not look like a happy camper right now down to our left on the Garrigan side. 8 points in a row by Algona. They've done a really great job of just coming out early on in sets and really hammering home the early exclamation points. We saw this exact thing on Thursday night against Clarion Goldfield Dows. It felt like you blinked a couple of times and all of a sudden the Cowgirls saw themselves in some big early deficits. Now same thing happening here in set 2 to the Golden Bears. They'll have to try to regroup. Golden Bears did a lot of good things in that first set, but saw a late run by Algona 7-1, push that first set to 25-19 in favor of the Bulldogs. So Golden Bears are first and foremost going to have to figure out the serving of Casey Van Otterloo. She's recorded a couple of aces so far in this set, and even the non-aces have had the initial pass. Not looking very good for the Bulldogs, or for the Bears, I should say. And yeah, once that initial pass is off target, everything just gets short-circuited if you're offense. So right now, Van Otterloo doing a great job serving for Algona. She lines it up down to our right, approaches and serves. Into the center to Montag, gets it up front to Alish. Back sets for Murphy. Murphy hammers, it's blocked. Bears deflected high in the air to Bodie. Now Montag taps it over the left hand. Bulldogs scrambling, and a free ball played over. Boy, they did a nice job keeping the tip drill alive that time. Montag attacks again, and this time it's going to be a whistle and a point for Bishop Garrigan to break up the 8-0 run. So Bears are going to break this one up. but not before Algona gets a quick 8-0 run here to go up 8-3. Murphy will go back to serve, and the Golden Bears will try to unwind some of this deficit. Murphy serves down the line towards Van Otterloo along the far side. Passes to Jensen. Knapp from behind the attack line. Pulled it out of bounds. Give one back to the Golden Bears here, and that'll make it 8-4. Knapp wearing that white libero jersey for Algona. You've got to be behind the attack line, and Knapp was. Murphy serves. Van Otterloo makes the initial contact. Got it up to Jensen. Now near side Van Tiger. Her attack is blocked back by Garrigan. 3 points in a row for the Golden Bears. They have responded coming out of the timeout as Murphy jogs back to continue serving right now. Reagan Murphy came into tonight with 29 aces. Already picked up one early tonight. Serves end over end towards Van Otterloo in the back row. Short set Jensen. Got McLaughlin turning 360, but somehow got the free ball over the net. That set was not where she thought it was going to be. The hammer by Eastman. Can't put it down. Now Van Tiger attacks the other way. That one is through the back row and out beyond the baseline. Another point for Bishop Garrigan. And all of a sudden, they've answered the 8-0. Algona run off a 4-0 run of their own. 8-6. Algona on top. Set number 2. Already leading at 1-0. As Murphy serves, and she pulled that one out of bounds. Service error will break up that 4-0 run. Give it back to Algona here and make it 9-6. Garrigan is missing a lot of those serves left, including that last one by Murphy as Schmidt comes in. Schmidt back to serve for Algona. Bodie returns to the Bishop Garrigan lineup, wearing the black libero jersey in the back row. Schmidt serves. Tumbling serve, dug out by Bodie. Nice pass up to Olish. Sets it up for Eastman. Eastman attacks into the back row. It's deflected backwards. It's near the basketball hoop. Van Otterloo stays with it. Knapp tries to put the free ball over, and she does. Bodie makes initial contact up to Olish. Now Montag tips it over, but Schmidt ready for Algona. Knapp to the near side, Van Tiger. The two-handed push. Line drives it across the net. Olish back sets. Here's Lichter for Garrigan with the hammer. Can't put it down, though. Now Schmidt setting it up. Near side Van Tiger. Van Tiger right-handed swing. She can't put it down. Great dig by Bodie in the back row. And Bartolo pushes it back to the Algona side. Schmidt setting it up. Here's McLaughlin with the hammer. Oh, that handcuffed Olish. Lichter punches it over with the off hand. And the Bulldogs have to attack once more. Cantu into the back row. Bodie makes initial contact. Olish to Montag. Montag floats it over back to the Bulldogs. Now Van Otterloo up to the front of Van Tiger. Pushes it over the net. It trickles over and Algona finally gets the point. The top spin by Eleni Van Tiger for the kill, 10-6. Boy, we saw one just like that in the first set, but that one may have lasted even a little bit longer. A long, hard-fought back and forth point goes Algona's way, 10-6 Bulldogs. Here's Schmidt, tumbling serve up to Bodie. Olish setting it up far side to Eastman. That one guided her a little bit out of bounds, had to settle for the two-hand push back to Algona. Cantu right hands it over the net, back to the Garrigan side. Golden Bears miscommunicating, and they're going to have to give a point back to Algona here. 4 hits against Bishop Garrigan. There was a little hesitation there. I think that was Olish and Bodie that kind of got caught up looking at each other for a moment. 11-6 Algona. Bodie gets it up to Olish. To Eastman along the far side. Eastman hammers. Algona deflects it, keeps it alive. Cantu will not be able to get it over to Van Tiger because 2 hits are called against Cantu. 11-7, Algona on top of Bishop Garrigan. Zoe Montag, the left-hander, sets up from the near side, spins it over to Knapp. Knapp almost overpassed. Schmidt did a great job staying out of the net. Van Tiger can't put the attack down, and now Garrigan tries the other way. Bartolo, a big hammer on the finish. Boy, Emmy Bartolo came flying out of nowhere that time to take that set and hammer it home to make it 11-8. Put some good English on that one. As the Bears have clawed back here in the second set, down by 3. Montag left hands this one to Van Otterloo in the Algona back row. Schmidt back sets. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin, her attack won't go down. Bodie digs it out. Bartolo from the far side pushes it into the post. A point for Algona.
Bulldogs, Price, and the Bulldog lineup.
Price is the Bulldog lineup right now. She'll settle into the front row as Knapp drifts back to serve. Knapp into the back row to Montag. Here's the setup by Olish, the hammer by Eastman. Oh, nicely dug out by Schmidt, though, for Algona. Cantu gets the ball in the center to Van Tiger. Aims to the back row, and she got it. Oh, that back row for Garrigan. You had Montag and Bodie back there. They crept up a little bit, and Van Tiger was just able to get it right over the top, keep it inside the baseline, and get a big point for Algona to go up 13-8. So Knapp will continue to serve right now. That's 3 kills by Eleni Van Tiger tonight. Knapp approaches and jump serves, and that one cannot get over the tape. That is into the top of the net. Give a point back to Bishop Garrigan and make it 13-9. As Avery Lichter will serve down to our left. from the Garrigan student section. Lichter spins the ball, gets it into the back row to Van Otterloo. Schmidt the set to Price, the two-hand push over the net, lunging save by Bartolo. Now Alish back to Bartolo, right-handed swing, can't put it down. Knapp in the back row plays it for Algona. Van Tiger from the attack line, angles across court, diving dig by Bodie for Garrigan, and the free ball by Eastman, but it's too far. Tried to play the free ball and get it into the Algona back row, but that one missed that back far corner and heads out of bounds to make it 14-9. Algona on top by 5 in the second set after taking the first set 25-19. Here is Laney Van Tiger. Knuckleballs it to Montag. Pass up to Alish, puts it over on second contact, swatted back by Price. Bears try again. Here is Bartolo fading out of bounds. Got that one into the center of the Algona defense, though. And now Haynes will right-hand it back over the net. Bodie, the overpass almost worked out. Now Schmidt dives and hits it over on first contact. Pushed over by Eastman into the back corner, and she found that corner. Great vision by Eastman in the center of that front row. Saw that back corner opening up in front of the Algona student section, and she hits it. It's a bullseye by Eastman, making it 14-10. Algona's lead back down to 4 points as Bodie goes back to serve down to our left for Garrigan. Knapp makes initial contact. Schmidt back sets for Cantu. Cantu just got it over the net, and the Bears will not be able to return that one. Lichter made the diving attempt, but that one shoots out of bounds as Ashley Cantu picks up a cool for Algona, or a kill for Algona, that is, her first of the night. And now it'll be Andy Jensen entering the Bulldog lineup. The Algona junior stands back in the service area, up 15-10 right now as Jensen right-hands it to Bodie and picks up an ace. Got Bodie backpedaling and turned sideways that time, and Jensen gets the ace to make it 16-10. That's her first ace of the night. Here's Jensen again. This time Bodie gets the ball straight up in the air to Alish. Murphy from the far side puts it over the net, and Bulldogs cannot dig that out. Knapp from the back row almost had the diving dig, but Algona cannot get that one back over, and that is going to be a point for Bishop Garrigan. 16-11. Algona on top in the second set. Bartolo service towards the back row, and that one is out of play. Missed the back row, and another error by the Golden Bears will make it 17-11 Algona. Najee Price right now to serve. Algona's leader in kills and blocks so far this season as she serves towards the far side. Montag passes up to Alish, returns it to Murphy. Murphy hammers, can't put it down. Bulldogs almost overpassed, and they will not get it back over. Boy, that initial pass guided Jensen to the net. Jensen did a nice job staying out of the net, returning it to the back row, but Bulldogs couldn't do a whole lot after that, and it'll be 17-12. Garrigan gets the point. They get Alish back to serve, and Alish rockets that serve into the net. Service error, 18-12 in favor of Algona right now. Van Otterloo in. Haynes out for Algona as Van Otterloo will come in to serve. Of course, Van Otterloo was serving during the 8-0 run by Algona early in this set as the Bulldogs took the early 8-2 lead. Bodie receives the serve, gets it to Alish. Now Montag with a two-hand push over the net, back to Algona. Knapp to Jensen, stays out of the net, got it to McLaughlin. Can't put it down, though. A dig by Alish on the Garrigan side. Murphy comes across to attack. It's blocked back by McLaughlin, though, for an Algona point, 19-12. Boy, and that whole thing happened because Bulldogs passed slightly too far that time. Jensen did a tremendous job staying out of the net. And then McLaughlin was able to get the attack off. And then eventually the block, 19-12 Algona. Here's Jensen back setting for Haynes. Haynes hammers, but it's stuffed back. Reagan Murphy for Bishop Garrigan says not today, and that'll make it 19-13. Golden Bears still needing a big run here at the end of the second set, though, to get back into it, down 19-13 as Murphy will head back to serve. Now, Murphy was the one serving during that 4-0 run by Garrigan that answered the Algona 8-0 run early. Murphy twisting serve, Van Otterloo plays it near the boundary, and Haynes with the two-hand push back to Garrigan. Murphy in the back row gets it up to Alish, stays out of the net. Eastman the two-hand push over the net. Jensen makes initial contact for Algona. Knapp to Haynes. Haynes, big hammer, and she finishes it. It was tipped to the net. Montag got a hand on it, but it deflected backwards. Haynes bringing some serious velocity off that attack, and a 20-13 Algona lead as they get Knapp back to serve right now.
In the Bulldog lineup, Schmidt to serve.
Ryan Haynes came into tonight with 35 kills for Algona. Picking up one there. 4 kills for her so far on the night. Schmidt floats the serve short. Bodie passes up to Alish, gets it back to Lichter. A cross-court attack into the back row. Bulldogs in scramble mode here, and they will not get this one back over. Nicely played by Bishop Garrigan. They kind of found that alley in between two Algona players in the back row, and that'll make it 20-14. Garrigan will have Zoe Montag back to serve right now. 17 aces so far this season, serving at 89% efficiency. Knapp receives the serve, short set to Van Tiger. Van Tiger can't put it down though. Now Alish sets it up for Eastman. Eastman hammers and it's into the net. Point for Algona. Once again, Eastman, she's trying to see the setter. She's trying to face the setter, Alish, and then turn her body as she's attacking. That's just, it's tough to hit it at that angle when you're trying to do that. Hit it into the net as it's 21-14. Bodie gets it up to Bartolo. Free ball over the net to Algona. Schmidt setting it up. Price tries to hammer, can't put it down. Bulldogs overpass. Cantu can't flush it back though as the Bears dig it out again. And eventually Algona's going to get a point here. 2 hits called against the Bears. Bears escaped a couple of overpasses there, but they could not escape the 2-hit violation as it's 22-14 Algona. Knapp serves in the back row, handcuffs Montag as she got it to Lichter. Now pushed over by Bartolo. Almost found a soft spot, but a diving dig by Van Tiger for Algona. The deep attack by Casey Van Otterloo won't go over though, and Garrigan's going to get a point here. Van Otterloo from behind the attack line guides that into the net. And Lichter will now serve for Bishop Garrigan. 22-15 in favor of Algona. Diving touch of the serve by Van Otterloo. Price, cross-court attack, ball is near the ceiling. Price getting it to Schmidt. Back to Cantu. Cantu will attack and she'll kill. Spun that one off the hands of Eastman in the front row for Bishop Garrigan. That was some 180-degree spin by Cantu. Did a nice job off that set to get the kill. And Van Tiger will be back to serve. Alish setting it up for Bartolo. Bartolo hammers. Dug out by Knapp in the back row. Schmidt back setting to Cantu. Cross-court attack. Did that stay in? Yes, it did. Ashley Cantu, back-to-back points for Algona, and it's 24-15 Bulldogs. Set point here in set number 2 as Algona already leads at 1-0. Here is Van Tiger. Knuckleball serve received by Lichter. Alish setting it up. Eastman in the middle. Eastman hammers. Can't put it down. Dug in the back row, but the overpass by Algona. Schmidt trying to stay out of the net, but she went underneath it. Schmidt slid on her knees to try to avoid the net, but her knee crossed over that half-court line that's at the Bulldog logo at mid-court, and the referees are right on top of that, so Bears will stay alive for at least one more serve. Bodie serving. Over to Knapp. Here's the short set to Price. Floats it over. Bodie there to dig it. Alish setting it up for Murphy. Murphy the big hammer, and that one will handcuff Schmidt for a Bishop Garrigan point. Murphy picking up kill number 5 on the night for Bishop Garrigan. And the score right now, 24-17 in favor of Algona. Algona taking the first set, 25-19. As Bodie serves, it's a knuckleball dug by Knapp. Schmidt gets it to Haynes, punched over the net. Garrigan scrambles a little bit. Bodie got it off to Lichter though. Lichter to Bartolo. Bartolo right-handed swing, but it's into the net. And Algona takes the second set. A commanding 2-0 lead right now by Algona. 25-19 and 25-17. The Bulldogs will try to finish off the Crosstown Showdown in straight sets, and the Bears will try to stay alive after this on Home Country Radio, KLGZ.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services, view their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Tape Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
Welcome you back inside the Algona Bulldog High School Gymnasium, where right now the Algona Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead over the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears in this crosstown showdown that's been a decade in the making. Algona took the first set 25-19 and the second set 25-17, and now they will try to finish it off in 3 in front of their home crowd. Garrigan will try to at least force a set 4 here, as both teams again having a couple runs during that third set. The big one was an 8-0 run by Algona after Garrigan got the first 2 points. Algona then scored 8 in a row. They went up 8-2, and they never trailed in the second set after that. Garrigan had a little brief 4-0 spurt to get back into it, and they hung around for a little while, but again, late push by Algona. They get over the top, win the first set 25-17. And now the Bears will have to try to find a few answers here. They've had a little trouble tonight setting up some really effective attacks since that first set. They've been in defense mode a lot tonight against Algona, and a lot of that is credit to just really good setting by Algona. Paige Schmidt, Andy Jensen doing a lot of good sets, really setting up some good attacks by Price, by Cantu, by Van Tiger, by McLaughlin, by Haynes. A lot of Bulldogs have been on the attack so far tonight, so Garrigan, they've been in defense mode so far, and we'll see if they can kind of get back into the aggressor role here early in set 3. Both teams will huddle up again. Algona down to our right, wearing the pink uniforms tonight for Pink Out Night. Garrigan wearing the white uniforms down to our left, as Algona will have Casey Van Otterloo serving to begin here. The Bulldog Jr. helping engineer the 8-0 run during the second set, as she was serving during that time. Van Otterloo approaches. She has 4 aces so far tonight. Bodie receives the serve, and we're underway in the third set. Bartolo from the back row plays the free ball over to Algona. Knapp up to the front to Jensen. Sets it up. Punched over by Haynes, who came flying in at the last minute. That one might have been initially intended for McLaughlin, who backed off. Bulldogs get the ball back. Here is Van Tiger. Hammers it into the net. And a point for Bishop Garrigan to start off the third set. 1-0 in favor of the Golden Bears, as Reagan Murphy will jog back to serve right now. Murphy serving at about a 91% efficiency this season. Bishop Garrigan as a team just under 90%. Van Otterloo almost overpassed. Jensen kept it out of the net and got it back to Knapp. Nice play there by Jensen. In the middle, Eastman mishits that one, and it's into the net. There have been a couple misfires there by Eastman in the front row tonight, and that'll tie it up at 1 apiece, as Algona will get the serve back.
And Schmidt.
Bodie, the Bulldog libero, or the Bear libero, that is, checks in the back row for the Bulldogs. Up front, they're going to have McLaughlin, Cantu, and Van Tiger. Schmidt back to serve right now. Schmidt right hands it over the net. Bodie passes up to Olish. Now Lichter attacks, gets it over into the Algona back row. Knapp up to Schmidt. Here's Van Tiger, right-handed hammer. Kept alive briefly by the Golden Bears, and they get the ball over on the third touch. Schmidt setting it up for Algona. McLaughlin, the light tap over for the offhand. Nice dig by Olish for Bishop Garrigan, as Bodie floats it over from behind the attack line. McLaughlin goes down to a knee to play it for Algona. Now Cantu punches it over the net back to Bishop Garrigan. Olish to Montagna, two-handed push. Lunging save by Paige Schmidt for Algona. And now here's Van Tiger, pushing it towards the Garrigan back row to Bartolo. Up to Olish, now back setting for Lichter. Lichter's attack is going to stick. That's a point for Bishop Garrigan. Van Tiger and McLaughlin could not block that, and the Bears go up 2-1 here in the third set. Zoe Montag will be back to serve for Bishop Garrigan. The Golden Bear Jr. sets up and left hands it over the net. It's towards the near side, and that one drifts out of bounds. Missed it by a few inches there, and that'll lock it up at 2 apiece. These service errors creep back in for Bishop Garrigan, and we're tied at 2 in the third set. Here is Macy Knapp, jump serving, and there's going to be an ace. Beautiful positioning by Macy Knapp. About 10 feet deep on the Garrigan side, just enough to get it over the front row, and just short enough to make it a very difficult play for the Garrigan back row. So Knapp with an ace, that's her second of the night. Knapp again, this one is a little bit short, and that is into the net. So Knapp giveth and Knapp taketh away. An ace into service air, and we are tied up at 3 here in the third set. As Avery Lichter stands in the service area now for Bishop Garrigan down to our left. The Golden Bears senior line drives the serve. Knapp gets the pass up front to Schmidt. Nosley Price right hands it back over the net to the Garrigan side. Olish setting up for Bartolo. Bartolo, deep attack, but she missed the back row, and it is out of bounds to make it 4-3 Algona.
Bulldog line number 17, Reagan Haynes.
Reagan Haynes is going to go up front for Algona. She'll replace Casey Van Otterloo, as Van Tiger's back to serve right now for Algona. 96% efficiency for Van Tiger so far this season as she gets the serve over. Tapped by Bartolo. Haynes, her pass guides the Bulldogs out of bounds, but Schmidt somehow got it back over. Garrigan thought the play was over, but they still got it to Eastman, who finishes. Boy, that was almost a disaster for the Golden Bears. They thought that point was already won, but Schmidt made a really nice play just to sneak the ball back over. But Eastman was able to bail out the possession for Bishop Garrigan and tie it up at 4. So kill by Eastman. Bodie with the serve. Here's the short set to Price. Price hammers, and Price gets the point for Algona. Or for Algona, that is, 5-4. Nosley Price with kill number 4 of the evening.
Jensen, number 10, Ryan Haynes. Jensen.
Haynes is the ball game right now. Schmidt to the bench for Algona. Jensen back to serve right now. Jensen, a twisting serve towards Bodie in the Garrigan back row. Olish setting it up for Murphy. Murphy attacks, it's blocked back. Garrigan keeps it alive though, and Olish will push it into the back row of Algona. Knapp to the front, short set. Price can't put it down though. Nicely played by the Golden Bears. Now Murphy attacks, and Murphy finishes. Battle tied up at 5 apiece. Off the kill by Reagan Murphy, number 6 of the night for her. And the Bulldogs will roll the ball back over to the Golden Bears side here, tied 5-5 early in the third set. Fairly reminiscent of the first set. Set number 1, the teams traded the first 24 points back and forth pretty much, not stringing much together. As Price gets a big attack off, ball's up on the basketball hoop and it drops back down. Point for Algona. Bodie and Bartolo were going to chase that one all the way into the backcourt, but the basketball hoop actually redirected that one and landed it back in play. That's a little home court advantage there for Algona, as now Price is going to pick up an ace. Serves that one in front of the diving Lichter, and it is 7-5 in favor of the Bulldogs here in set number 3. Najee Price came into tonight with 14 aces. Has one tonight. Short serve. Murphy plays it in the front row for Garrigan. Allish to the far side to Montag. Montag angles it cross court. Tapped by Haynes for Algona. Now it's Ryan Haynes hammering. It pinballs a couple times. Murphy sneaks it back over for Bishop Garrigan. Haynes will try again. This one is going to be played back over by Garrigan, but out of bounds. Ferocious attack. Actually, ferocious couple attacks by Ryan Haynes that time, and ultimately gets the point for Algona to make it 8-5. Here's Price again for the Bulldogs. The Algona senior jump serves, angles it near side. The Bears will let that one go, and it goes out of bounds. Give the Golden Bears a point here and make it 8-6. Algona up by 2 in the third set. As Allish, the sophomore setter for Bishop Garrigan, is back to serve right now. Wearing the black knee pads, serves it over. Dug by Knapp in the back row. Jensen gets it to Haynes. Haynes angles it towards the back row, and she just missed. Point for Bishop Garrigan. Reagan Haynes did not miss by much, but missing by a narrow amount is still missing, and that'll make it 8-7. Algona up by 1 here. Allish serving again. Line drive rocket towards Van Tiger in the back row. Nice pass up to Jensen. McLaughlin, right-handed attack, and she puts it down. Spins it off the Garrigan block attempt. Bulldogs will go back up by 2 here, 9-7. Casey Van Otterloo back to serve right now. Lauren McLaughlin with 4 kills tonight for Algona. As here's Van Otterloo, low serve and a little bit too low as that one won't get over the tape. Serving air by Casey Van Otterloo. Not something we said very often so far this season, as she had just 8 of those coming into tonight, but that'll be an error and that'll make it 9-8. As Murphy goes back now to serve for Bishop Garrigan. End over end serve, received by Van Otterloo in the back row. Attack by McLaughlin, and McLaughlin puts it down. McLaughlin had her side to the net that time, had to kind of hook that right hand over her head, but still was able to make that one land and make it 10-8 in favor of Algona. That's kill number 5 by McLaughlin, as Paige Schmidt is back to serve now. 10-8 Algona in the third set. Bulldogs winning the first one 25-19 and the second one 25-17. Schmidt right hands it over the net. This one's going to result in an ace. Montag and Bodie kind of ended up in the same area that time, and neither one really moved the feet a whole lot. Both just kind of tried to reach down and go after that one. And Schmidt able to drop that in for an ace. Came into tonight with 16 of those, picks up one here. Really short serve this time. Bodie a diving dig, deflected sideways to Lichter, and the Golden Bears will settle for a free ball. Van Otterloo up front to Schmidt. Hammer by McLaughlin. Can't put it down as the Golden Bears tip it. Ball is near the net. Allish somehow tapped it over, and this is going to be a Garrigan point. Boy, Allish stayed out of the net, just stuck that fist out. Ball just kind of skimmed across the top of the net, heading cross court, and Allish somehow drops that one in for a Garrigan point. Just a desperation touch there by Allish, and that'll make it 11-9. Montag serves. Knapp receives for Algona. Here's Cantu from the near side. Aims towards the back row, but missed it. And that'll make it 11-10. Garrigan has it back down to 1 here. And Montag is back right now to serve. The Garrigan Jr. serves short, and that is into the net. Serving air will give one to Algona and make it 12-10. As the Bulldogs rotate around, and Macy Knapp will head back to serve. The Bulldog sophomore approaches and jump serves. It's a line drive. Lichter deflected backwards. Montag is there to get it to Bodie, and the free ball goes back to Algona. Schmidt setting it up to Van Tiger. Van Tiger attacks, ball sits on the net. Lichter able to dig it off the net. And now Eastman attacks. Eastman hammers, and Eastman finishes. That was a one-on-one there. Eastman and Najee Price in the front row, but Eastman got the better of the matchup that time, and that will make it 12-11. Garrigan down by 1 against Algona here as Lichter serves a twisting serve towards the back row. This is a good serve. Bulldogs are going to struggle here to get it back over. Knapp hits it in the ceiling, and the Bulldogs are out of hits. That was a great serve right into the back corner. That's one of those borderline ones where if you're a back row player for Algona, you have to go for that just in case. So good serve by Lichter, 12-12 tie. And now it's 13-12 Algona as Lichter serves it into the net. Well, Bulldogs, for the most part, have cleaned up their service errors. Garrigan continues to see that be an issue so far tonight. 13-12 in favor of Algona in the third set. As Van Tiger serves. Montag in the back row. Not a great pass. Olish had to go flag that one down, and the Bears are out of hits. That pass led Olish way out of bounds. Had to punch it backwards to Lichter, and Lichter could not get it over the net. So 14-12 Algona. Van Tiger end-over-end serve goes tumbling to Bodie. Pass to Olish. Now Bartolo tried to push it over the net, but she mishit it. Kind of looked like Bartolo was trying to put some English on that one or spin it a little bit, and that one just stayed on the Garrigan side off the mishit. So 3 straight points by Algona after Garrigan had tied it up at 12. Van Tiger knuckleballs the serve over the net. It's near the net. Olish has to punch it out. It's back to Lichter, and it's hit out of bounds. 16-12 right now, Algona. And I'll tell you what, Van Tiger should keep serving it short right now as timeout's called by Bishop Garrigan. That short serve is really causing a ton of problems on the Garrigan defense. They're expecting a deeper serve into the back row, but either one of the front row players has to play it or the back row players have to come way up and get it, and that is just throwing everything off right now for Garrigan, and I'm sure this timeout they're talking about that right now, but it's great serving by Algona. They do a really nice job, the Bulldogs do, of recognizing the tendencies of the opposing team, really finding where they want to serve it. They have specific areas or zones they want to target, and right now they've told Lady Van Tiger, serve it short, get things off kilter, make it tough to get that pass to Olish, because Olish is a very good setter for Bishop Garrigan, but if that pass is off target to her, it makes it a whole lot harder to set it and get one of your good attackers a good swing at the ball. So right now Algona with the upper hand as far as the directional serving is concerned, and the senior experience of Lady Van Tiger continuing to engineer this Bulldog run as they're up 16-12. Quick 4 points in a row here after the game was tied up at 12. Van Tiger serve goes towards Montag. Olish setting it up for Bartolo. Hits it into the back row. Van Tiger up to the front to Cantu. Ball's near the net, and the Bulldogs can't dig it out. Garrigan will get one back coming out of the timeout, and it's 16-13. Algona's lead down to 3 here as Bodie comes back to serve for Bishop Garrigan. Bodie approaches and serves towards Van Tiger in the back corner. Schmidt setting it up. Price hammers and Price finishes. Good short set by Paige Schmidt. The Bulldog leader in assists so far this season. Came into tonight with 295 on the season. She'll definitely be over the 300 mark after tonight. And Ashley Price with a good finish. Kill number 6 of the night for her to make it 17-13 Algona. Right now, Andy Jensen serving. Line drives it towards Lichter. Almost overpassed. Olish hit it over on second contact. Pushed back by Price for Algona. Olish back to Murphy. Leans back for the attack. And Bishop Garrigan is going to get a point out of this one. 17-14. As Bartolo's back to serve right now for Bishop Garrigan. Serving-wise this season, Bartolo of 26 aces. Serving at about 89% efficiency as Knapp digs out the serve. Jensen backs out for Price. Price, the big swing. She pounds it into the hardwood. Point for Algona. Kill number 7 by Najlee Price. 18-14 Bulldogs as they get the serve right back. Trying to pull away here and close it out in 3 sets in front of their home gymnasium. Here's Price on the approach. Sends it down the line towards Lichter. Up to Murphy. Now Montag pushes from behind the attack line. Blocked back by McLaughlin. Bears ready for it, though. Bartolo hits it up in the air near the net. McLaughlin to Jensen on the Algona side. Attack by Haynes. Took a huge swing. Was that one tipped? Thought that one was tipped, and yep, it was. One of the Bears tipped it in the front row, and that is a point for Algona. The ball shot way out of bounds beyond the baseline, but the trajectory of that ball was changed at the net. The referees, after initial hesitation, did call that tip, and it's 19-14 Algona off the kill by Reagan Haynes. Price serving it. Almost overpassed. Olish got it out of the net, though. Murphy attacks. Dug out, though, by Van Tiger on the Algona side, and Haynes will push it over to Garrigan. Bodie up to the front to Olish, pushes it over on second contact. Jensen makes the initial touch for Algona. Now Haynes, the big attack. That one is out of bounds. That one not tipped, and Garrigan will get a point back. 19-15 Algona, set number 3. Bears have to win this one, otherwise it'll go to Algona in 3 sets. As Olish is back to serve down to our left. Olish line drive rocket. Handcuffs Van Tiger a little bit in the back row, but Jensen comes to get the pass. Knapp from behind the attack line, guides it out of bounds, and a point for Bishop Garrigan to make it 19-16. Algona still leading here in this third set. But the Golden Bears pick up a couple points here as Alish knuckleballs the serve. Van Tiger up to the front to Jensen. Her set is off target though to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin may have mistimed that jump a little bit, and that'll make it 19-17. But that's a good initial pass though by Van Tiger. That serve by Alish just has a ton of English on it. This time she spins it towards the back row. Van Tiger lets that go, and it's out of bounds, and it's 20-17. But to that point, that Alish serve is one of the tougher ones to get that initial pass off against because A, she can bring a lot of velocity, or B, once in a while she'll take something off it and serve more of a knuckleball to throw off the rhythm a little bit. Right now, 20-17 Algona. Van Otterloo serving. Alish setting, Lichter attacking. Lifted that one a little bit though, and it's out beyond the baseline, and it's 21-17 Algona. So that attack does not land for the Golden Bears, and Van Otterloo will continue to serve. Van Otterloo rainbows this one a little bit short. Nice dig, though, by Zoe Montag as Murphy slaps it back over to the Algona side. Ball is near the ceiling, and Knapp to the front. Oh, that's not a great set. Oh, man, and Haynes ran into the net face first, trying to chase that one down. Point for Bishop Garrigan. Yeah, the whole play was a little off that time for Algona. Knapp made the second contact, and that ball was really directed towards an empty area on the floor as Haynes had to go try to rescue the possession. Now served by Murphy is pulled out of bounds. Boy, that's a big miss for Bishop Garrigan. 22-18 right now. Algona, they are 3 points away from finishing it off in this third set. Cantu into the Bulldog lineup. Up in the front row is Schmidt is into serve right now. Schmidt sends it over to Bishop Garrigan. Bartolo makes initial contact. Alish to Eastman. Eastman the big hammer, but a little bit too big. Out beyond the baseline by a couple of feet, and it's 23-18 Algona, tightening their grip here on the Crosstown Showdown in the third set. Here's Schmidt again on the serve. End over end, Montag makes initial contact. Alish sets it up. Oh boy, that one went way off target. Montag had to play the free ball over. She chased it down in the back row, and Garrigan's gonna get a point anyways. Paige Schmidt getting called for a double hit. Schmidt had to avoid the net. Kind of hit that one backwards at a very odd angle. And gets called for the double hit as it's 23-19 now. Algona up. Montag serving for Bishop Garrigan. Montag left hands it over the net. Received by Van Otterloo. Schmidt sets for McLaughlin. Centers it in the Garrigan defense. It's a high ball. Montag free balls it back over. Schmidt to Knapp. Now Cantu takes charge. Has to play the free ball back down the line to Bishop Garrigan. Bodie off to Alish. Back to Bodie. Bodie, the two-hand push over to Algona. The set by Schmidt. The attack by Van Tiger. The hammer into the back row. Can't put it down, though, is dug by Montag. The tip over by Eastman, and Eastman with the kill. Well, that's a good spot by Eastman. She's missed on a couple of big attacks. One for the finesse that time as the Bulldogs had an opening created right in the middle of the defense, about 10 or 11 feet deep, and that'll make it 23-20 off the Eastman finish. Spinning serve by Montag, received by Knapp. Schmidt to the near side of Cantu. Cross-court attack. Bodie able to deflect it to Alish. Now pushed over by Eastman towards the back row. Knapp up to the front to Schmidt. Here's the attack by Van Tiger. Bodie will overpass. It's over to the Algona side. Boy, that almost resulted in a point as Knapp had to chase that down along the boundary. And now Cantu plays a free ball over. But that free ball is a little bit too long, and it's a point by Bishop Garrigan. 23-21. I'll tell you what, credit to the Golden Bears. This set looked like it was dead in the water for Bishop Garrigan, but all of a sudden, they're back in at 23-21. They have to continue a big run, and they force a timeout by Algona head coach Missy Berkey. We have not seen Coach Berkey call a timeout yet, I believe. It's all been Garrigan timeouts by Coach Schnur tonight because Algona, they've been on offense. They've been the aggressor so far, but past couple possessions, Garrigan has forced Algona in a little bit more defense mode. They've gotten them out of position a couple of times, and they've gotten a few points here to make it 23-21 and make it interesting in this third set. But first two sets went Algona's way, 25-19 and 25-17, so this has been the closest set so far. So we'll see what happens here coming out of the timeout. As mentioned, Algona will be at Humboldt on Thursday night. We'll have that coverage over on our sister station, Hometown Radio 92.7, and on the Algona Radio YouTube stream. If the Bulldogs win that match, they will be outright North Central Conference champions. If they lose that match, they will share the North Central Conference title. As right now, Humboldt and Webster City are one game behind Algona in the conference standings. Bishop Garrigan wrapped up a 4-4 conference schedule in the top of Iowa West. They will gear up for the playoffs on Monday after tonight's match as Montag serves. Here's McLaughlin on the attack. Bodie deflects it initially to Montag. Montag overpasses, and the big hammer by McLaughlin. Oh, Lauren McLaughlin punished that overpass, and it's 24-21. Set point, match point, potentially crosstown point for Algona. Here's Macy Knapp jump serving. It's a low serve, and that one's into the tape. Point for Bishop Garrigan. They'll stay alive for at least one more. Knapp was hoping for the friendly bounce and trying to end it on an ace, but it'll be Avery Lichter instead for Bishop Garrigan. It's 24-22. Lichter, a twisting serve towards Knapp, passing it up to Schmidt, dumps it over on second contact. There is the crosstown match. A high IQ play there by Paige Schmidt. She had not tried that all night long, and she brought it out on the final play of the game. I'm going to take the third set, 25-22, and they take the crosstown showdown in 3 sets, 25-19, 25-17, and 25-22. The Bulldogs are now 12-9 at the victory. The Golden Bears end the regular season at 7-21. We'll step aside for a quick timeout and come back to wrap it up next at the Algona Bulldog Gymnasium on Home Country Radio, KLGZ.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weichert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, where community connects.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Are you tired of listening to high school football that sounds like this?
Number 3 throws the ball to number 11 as he'll make a gain on the play.
Then tune in at 6 every Friday night on Hometown and Home Country Radio.